Good evening. Thank you for joining us. 2 people are dead and 1 person in critical condition tonight after a fire ripped through part of a high-rise building in Centretown. Emergency crews arriving to the apartment complex on Somerset Street West near Bank Street last night around 9:30. CTV's Kimberley Johnson reports.
Flames and smoke leap out of a top-floor balcony of a Centretown apartment Saturday night. A deadly fire that claimed the lives of 2 people and critically injured another.
I heard something like a bang.
Ottawa paramedics say they were called to the 19th floor of this high-rise on Somerset Street West at around 9:30 Saturday night. 1 person was declared dead on scene, the other taken to hospital where they later died. 2 others were taken to hospital, 1 in critical condition, the other with minor injuries.
My floor became completely hectic.
Mark Giroux lives on the 18th floor and says residents were quickly alerted to the fire.
Everybody was closing their doors. Some people were yelling and screaming. It was very, very tense. They even told us that we could stay in our apartment, but take some precautions.
Do know based on the 911 caller from the balcony that the exit was completely engulfed in flames.
Fire officials say one of the multiple 911 calls they received was from someone trapped on the balcony of the apartment that was ablaze. That person was removed safely. An e-bike was found inside the apartment as the cause of the fire remains under investigation.
Lithium-ion batteries burn hot and they burn fast, and regardless of if it's what started the fire or not, these firefighters were met right at the front door with heavy smoke, heat, and flames, and they pushed their way in and they made the rescues. In 23 minutes, they had all 4 people out and the fire under control. Mayor
Mark Sutcliffe taking to social media Sunday, saying, "My thoughts are with their loved ones and with everyone in the building and surrounding community who has been affected." Crews prevented the blaze from spreading to other units, and shortly after 10 p.m., the fire was declared under control. Those who live in the neighborhood praising the quick work.
Very unfortunate, my feelings for the family and friends of the people who have died, and hoping that the 3rd person be well soon.
Kimberley Johnson, CTV News.
Ottawa firefighters battled another house fire tonight in the Carleton Heights neighborhood. Emergency crews were called to the 40 block of Inverness Avenue just before 7 o'clock this evening. CTV's Natalie Van Roy is back from the scene and joins us live in studio with more. Natalie.
Kimberley, fire officials say they received the 911 call to notify about an oven on fire, and when crews arrived, there was flames visible through the back door with smoke inside the home. Now, fire officials say that it was a fast attack to get the blaze under control. Crews were quick to arrive and advanced a hose line inside the property. Officials say no one was found inside, and while they were doing a search of the home, the fire was declared under control by 7:15 p.m. and high pressurized fans were used to ventilize the rest of the smoke inside of the property. Now, we also spoke with Ottawa paramedics who were called to the scene but say there were no injuries and no one was transported to hospital. Kimberley.
TV's Natalie Van Roy reporting live for us tonight. Thank you very much, Natalie. All right, we'll take our first check of the weather right now. We've got a look there at the Supreme Court by the Ottawa River. Again, we are dealing with milder temperatures this evening. We had some snow, a lot of it this afternoon. A live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. Our tonight's low is going to be heading down to -1, or up to -1, I should say. We've got a chance of rain and showers in the overnight hours that we're looking at. And on Monday, we have some showers or drizzle in the forecast with a chance of flurries on Tuesday. And again, things are warming up significantly on Monday. We're looking at that +14 could be the high. But again, we have the chance of thunderstorms that we're dealing with toward the afternoon hours. O-Train Line 1 service was fully restored Sunday morning after several days of interruption sparked by Wednesday's freezing rainstorm. OC Transpo says trains are running once again between Tunney's Pasture and Blair stations as of 8 a.m. this morning. Trains stopped operating on the eastern leg of the line on Wednesday after a train near Lee's station experienced a power issue and the overhead wire was sparking and snapping. Service was interrupted again for a similar issue on Friday with a broken wire on top of a train at Blair station. Now, while most fans drive to see the Ottawa Senators play at the Canadian Tire Centre, one group of friends is taking the long way. For the third year in a row, they're walking all the way to the game, turning the trek into a tradition for a good cause. CTV's Josh Moreno has more.
Go Sens, go!
Adam Copeland and his friends are taking game day to another level.
I can't believe it's been years since the last one, to be honest. Like, it's been crazy. We're all super fired up to be back.
Just after 9 Sunday morning, the group hit the road, heading to the Canadian Tire Centre 8 hours before puck drop.
Until they are able to get the downtown arena going, I think we'll do it every year, probably, and push it back a little bit further and further each time until we are at our physical and mental limit.
Good job, guys. Good job. Keep going. We're going to keep the momentum going. Let's go, Ottawa.
It's become an annual tradition. Starting in 2024, the group set out a goal to walk to the CTC for a game. Last year's starting point, LeBreton Flats. Now they're taking it a step further, starting at Parliament Hill, pushing their trek to nearly 30 kilometers.
I kind of like the idea of just making it a little bit longer each year, like just to kind of keep things interesting. We do it because it's fun, and most importantly, we do it because it's raising money for a really important, great cause.
They're already going the extra mile. The walk has turned into much more than a fun adventure, raising money for the Boys and Girls Club of Ottawa. When they started their walk, they had raised over $11,000, already surpassing their total from last year.
We didn't find out we reached our goal until literally like halfway through the walk. So even reaching it after Adam was on TSN yesterday was honestly a great moment. We were all in the group chat freaking out.
We're so grateful for Sens fans like Adam and his friends who do this out of the goodness of their hearts. We see how much our Sens fans care about their community, and it's evident here today.
But the weather conditions not making it any easier. Harsh terrain creating many obstacles along the way, but nothing these dedicated fans can't endure. But with just under 2 kilometers to go, the boys now joined by members of the Boys and Girls Club.
It means so much when you have also benefited from the programs that they go through each and every day. And just seeing the change that we make in their lives is really what pays off for us.
And by the time they arrived, watching their favorite team play, has never felt better. Josh Moreno, CTV News.
And on the ice, the Sens are looking to continue their winning ways of late, taking on the San Jose Sharks.
Back at the point, held by Spence, back across, Zetterlund shoots, scores!
Late in the second, Fabian Zetterlund, the former Shark, scores against his old team to tie this game at 3. Then, less than a minute later, Tyler Cleveland gets the Sens the go-ahead goal. Ottawa goes on to the 7-4 win. The Sens now set their sights on another capital in Washington, D.C. when they play the Caps on Wednesday night.
Up top for Kuda. Kuda will set it up for Whitehead. Shot, scores!
And the Ottawa 67s taming the Ice Dogs this afternoon. Nick Whitehead and Spencer Bowles with 2 goals apiece in this one. 6-0 is the final score. Ryder Fedorov with the shutout. Now the Barber Poles, they play next on Wednesday as well when they head to Oshawa to play the Generals at 3 p.m. Tonight, the 98th Annual Academy Awards aired here on CTV, and some of the films with a Canadian connection took home some hardware.
Thank you, the fantastic city of Montreal. Thank you, Canada. Canada!
Montreal-based director, writer, and animator Chris Lavis and co-director Maciek Szczebowski, they won their first Oscar for Best Animated Short Film. Now, Lavis appeared on Your Morning Ottawa back in September to discuss the 17-minute stop animated short that's set in Montreal at the dawn of the 20th century. Now, the film also opened the 2025 Ottawa International Animation Festival, and you can stream the English version of the film, The Girl Who Cried Pearls, on Crave.
And for those of you who look like me, I'm so sorry that it took us so long to see us in a movie like this. But it is here, and that means that the next generations don't have to go longing. This is for Korea
and Toronto's Maggie Kang, alongside co-director Chris Appelhans and producer Michelle L.M. Wong, accepted their Oscar for Best Animated Feature for K-pop Demon Hunters, and making history as the first female Asian winners in this category. K-pop Demon Hunters was a massive success for Netflix, becoming the most watched animated film in the streamer's history. All right, coming up, we had a blast of winter weather this weekend, but tomorrow the temperature swings in another direction, and then we're going to get some more snow. We'll have more with your extended forecast after the break.
It's a wonderful day for the Irish and those who wish they were.
Well, the skies may have been gray, but there is a sea of green making its way through the streets of Toronto for the St. Patrick's Day Parade. Today was the 38th edition of the beloved tradition. The celebration was complete with floats, marching bands from across Canada, and of course, Irish dancers. Yeah, gray skies here in Ottawa as well. We'll take a look at your extended forecast. A look at the Gatineau skyline there behind me. Great shot there. Out and about today, cloudy in Ottawa as well, but then the snow started to fall this afternoon. Right around 2 o'clock, we got a real dumping of some snow here. And again, things are warming up tomorrow. We'll take a live look through our Centennial Glass sky cam. Tonight's overnight low is heading up to, -1. Things are warming up here in the capital as well. Here's a look through the satellite radar. Again, we have some cloud cover that'll be coming in, sticking with us for a while, and that's going to keep some things a little bit warmer here in the capital region for a little bit. We have a low tonight. -1, same thing in Cornwall, +1 in Brockville, +2 in Kingston, +3 in the Trenton area. We're looking over toward Gatineau. There would be sitting at -2. Same thing for Petawawa and Maniwaki, -4 for the Mont-Tremblant area, 0 for Montreal, -1 for Kemptville. For the highs tomorrow, check this out, +14, but we're at risk of some thunderstorms heading in the afternoon. We're having a real warm front coming through the area as well. +17 for Cornwall, same thing for Brockville. We've got +15 for Kingston, +14 for Trenton, +11 for Bancroft, +8 for the Pembroke area, and +14 up toward Kittigan-Zibi. Looking at 11 degrees for Gatineau and Maniwaki, 12 degrees for the Mont-Tremblant area, 17 degrees for Kemptville. Again, things really warming up for Monday, but then they're going to get cooler again on Wednesday. So looking at this on Monday, again, we have a chance of showers that we're looking at +14. Then we'll be dipping down to -8 on Tuesday with a chance of some flurries. So a mixed bag coming over for us for the next couple of days. On Wednesday, cloud cover -5, and then things warming up again Thursday right and into Friday. We're looking at +3 for the highs on those days.
And kind of wishing that I'd hung on to a few things from back then.
All right, still to come, collectors step back in time at the Ottawa Nostalgia and Collectibles Show. CTV's Camille Wilson has more from the Nepean Sportsplex. Well, a blast from the past on a Sunday at the Nepean Sportsplex for the Ottawa Nostalgia and Collectibles Show, with some items dating back to the early 1900s. As CTV's Camille Wilson tells us, it was a flashback-inducing event for all.
I get flashbacks when I see all the old toys and records and everything else around.
A walk down memory lane at the Ottawa Nostalgia and Collectibles Show. For Jason Sakely, it's all about adding to his growing collection.
I have 3,500 CDs, mainly vinyl CDs and cassettes.
But it's one character specifically he's on the hunt for.
Always looking for this guy, as you can see, kind of always repping him. So yeah, Creature from the Black Lagoon, he's a Universal monster from 1954. Been obsessed with him since a little child, and now I'm in my 50s and still looking for him.
More than 50 dealers at the show with thousands of authentic and hard-to-find collectibles.
We brought a lot of different kinds of nostalgia, like early advertising, toys, paperwork that relates to different things that people collect, railroad things.
Back in the day.
This family spotting toys from their childhood.
We wanted to show Elliot some of our toys that we played with when we were little.
When you see people in here, they're looking for things from the past. And maybe they're not even buying them, but they're touching them and saying, do you remember this back in the 1950s?
And items to remember late family members.
Because my father's name was Joe Patterson. Just kind of neat, seeing the full name.
Pieces from all across the country and the world dating back to the early 1900s.
It's nostalgic, like we hadn't seen these in years.
I feel a little old, but it's kind of cool to see, and kind of wishing that I'd hung on to a few things from back then.
In most cases, you're likely to score 1 or 2 special finds.
But I already have it. That's the problem. I already have this one, but the price was right, so I got another one. Because one day I'm going to have to sell one of them, and if I have a backup, I'm good.
The biannual show returns in the fall, October 18th. Camille Wilson, CTV News.
There's no flash in my car. It just works. So it was a bit of a surprise.
A reason to check your license plate. A Montreal woman had her plate swapped while it was parked outside her home, and police say it's a common criminal practice. We'll have more on her story when we come back.
We created a revolutionary technology that gives us unprecedented access to the animal world.
At the weekend box office, Disney Pixar's animated feature Hoppers brought in $28.5 million US across North America in its second weekend. The romantic drama Reminders of Him debuted in second place, grossing $18.3 million in ticket sales. And the audio-oriented horror movie Undertone, it opened in third place with $9.3 million. Montreal resident says she recently discovered her license plate had been swapped. Confused, she took it to the police, and it turns out it's a tactic used by criminals to hide in plain sight. CTV's Lawrence Brisson-Dubroy reports.
It happened during a simple walk. Alison Bond glances at her car, and something didn't look right.
The license plate was not familiar to me.
The plate on her car wasn't hers. Someone had switched it. She filed a police report about the missing plate, but the discovery left Bond with questions. Why her car? Bond says she intentionally chose a simple vehicle, hoping it wouldn't attract attention, especially from thieves.
There's no flash in my car. It just works. So it was a bit of a surprise.
Montreal police say cases like this do happen. A spokesperson says investigators are looking into several similar incidents on the island and say it appears stolen license plates may be used in connection with criminal activities, particularly vehicle thefts. The practice isn't new. Police say they've been seeing it for years. Former investigator Doug Hurley says the strategy is straightforward. The plate acts as a disguise.
To give a new identity to the vehicle that they've just stolen or is otherwise involved in some type of criminal action. So as a crook, I just minimize the amount of chances that I would be stopped and interrogated.
He says most drivers don't check their plates very often, so a switch like this can go unnoticed. Hurley believes technology like license plate readers should be coordinated across the board.
Whether it be government issued for highways, whether it be all police vehicles going by, as an investigative tool to help settle crimes and whatnot. Excellent.
As for Bond, she moved quickly to fix the problem, going to the SAC to get a new plate.
Drove down with a handwritten license plate attached to the back of the car, which fell off halfway through. But anyway, we arrived safely, and they did change my license plate.
Her new one should arrive in the mail within 3 weeks. In the meantime, police have a simple reminder for drivers. Take a look at your car from time to time and make sure the plate on it is actually yours. Laurence Brisson-Dubreuil, CTV News.
All right, coming up, there's a CTV Ottawa connection to the adult synchronized figure skating provincials taking place in the capital this weekend. We'll tell you all about that in a couple minutes. Plus, we'll have one more look at your wake-up weather and your forecast for the week ahead.
Ottawa's favorite cash contest is back, and it's big. Move 100's $50,000 Beat the Bank. 7 vaults. You decide how much to take home. Sound the alarm? You lose it all. Be listening weekdays for your chance to win.
Far side pass, and it's a early shot. He scored!
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
All right, we'll take a look at your wake-up weather and a look at the forecast for the week ahead. Again, -1 is what we're waking up to, but things are really warming up because we have, again, a warm front coming through the Ottawa area. Look at that. On Monday, 14 degrees will be the high, but coming with it is some rain and a chance of a thunderstorm in the afternoon hours. Then on Tuesday, things cool way down again. -8 is what we'll be looking at for the high, so quite the temperature swing. And we're also looking at -5 on Wednesday. All right, CTV's Natalie Van Roy joined us at the desk now. And you took home some hardware today at the 2026 Skate Ontario Provincial Adult Championships in Canada. Take a look at this.
Now that was so much fun, and figure skaters from across the province took to the ice this weekend. Here's our synchronized skating team, Capital Ice. We took home a bronze medal. And that was a look at our second skate that happened this morning. The theme was Pitbull, and everyone had fun on the ice. Fun fact, we started practicing that specific routine more than 6 months ago.
Yes, I know from as we've gotten to know each other over the last 3 years or so that you used to figure skate when you were younger. You took a lot of time off, and this is you're getting back into figure skating.
Getting back into it. I was telling you I took 15 years off, so it's
Wow.
been fun to find the team here in Ottawa. This is my 3rd season, and you know what I love about this team is it spans so many generations. We have like 3 generations.
That's
and
amazing.
It's great.
That's so fun. I love your costumes. You show pictures on your Instagram. It's so flashy. Love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's CTV News for this Sunday, March the 15th. And CTV News continues online anytime with our digital team, keeping you up to date at ctvnews.ca. For all of us here at CTV News, thanks for watching. Have a great night.